Gloria Cox says Adrian Morgan sold her an Acura that turned out to be a lemon. She is suing for the return of her deposit.
Okay. What time did you pick up the car?
After I got out of school, so it was about 2 or 3. I told him I'll be there.
2 or 3. And this is your first car?
No, second.
What happened?
Sorry. The date slip go wrong. Here you
Don't speak.
Okay, sorry.
I'm just waiting for her to turn off the phone, which is actually what you were told to do before.
Okay,
Can't you just turn it off?
Power off.
What happened to your first car?
The engine went out. It was
Just a second.
overheated. Okay.
The engine went out with the first car that you had. After how long?
Maybe a month after
1
I
month.
had it.
And do you remember where you got that car from?
No, because I didn't go with my aunt to buy it. She bought it for me.
Is this your aunt or your grandmother?
This is my grandmother.
Grandmother. So your aunt bought you the other car.
Hmm?
And you didn't go with her. She gave you that car. You had a short period of time and the engine blew.
Yes.
And when was that?
It was in June.
So you were without a car for a couple of months, and your grandmother pitched in and bought you this car. Now you have a new car that you want to show off. So you picked up the car, and now I want you to think, where did you go?
To get the oil changed.
Why did you go and get the oil changed?
Because my uncle told me that when I first get a car, I should always get an oil change and a tune-up. So I went to Valvoline and got the oil change.
You went to who?
Valvoline?
Okay, so you went to a place and had them work on the car.
Yes.
And you drove there.
Yes.
And do you remember how long they worked on the car?
It was probably for like 15 minutes. It wasn't that long.
And then where did you go?
Just driving around.
Did you pick up any friends?
Yes, I had friends with me. They was already with me.
They went with you to pick up the car.
One friend did, yes.
And then did you pick up other friends?
Not that same day.
The next day?
Yes.
And how many friends did you pick up the next day?
2.
Was the next day a school day?
It was a school day, but it was senior skip day.
What does that mean?
That's the day you don't go to school and you go to the beach, but I never went to the beach.
A skip day, they call it?
Yes.
It's a what?
Senior skip day. They all skip out of
So
school for that.
the next day you had, which is now the 24th, right? September 24th, you took 3 of your friends and went to skip day. Where did you go?
We never got to go to the beach because my car was acting up. And plus my dad said no. So we just drove around, basically.
So you drove around. Where did you drive to?
Oak Ridge side of town.
And how many miles is that away from where you picked up the girls?
I don't know, maybe like
How long did it take you to get there?
10, 15 minutes.
Can I see the contract, please? So what happened is ultimately within, I don't know, a couple of days, a week, the car blew. You again had trouble with an engine with the car. And you brought the car, Miss Cox, back to Mr. Morgan, and you want your deposit back.
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Yeah, you don't get your deposit back. This car is sold as is. It says right here in the contract.
Yes, even
You don't
though,
get-
Your Honor, he promised I told him it broke down the second day after she got this car, and she took it to get an oil change, and they said they already had an oil leak
Just a second.
in it.
As